Hello and welcome to another episode by CDBTC. Today is August 11th, 2021. Today we have three topics. First one is the DeFi protocol that was hacked for $600 million, the infrastructure bill that was passed in Congress and what it means towards crypto's future. And of course, we'll be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the other alts price action. So stick around. So let's begin with the hack on the DeFi platform Poly Network. Cross-chain decentralized finance platform Poly Network was attacked on Tuesday, with the alleged hacker draining roughly $600 million in crypto. This was across various tokens, so they took USDT, USDC, BUSD, BTC, and other tokens. Poly Network called on miners and crypto exchanges to blacklist tokens coming from the above address. I didn't read about anybody blocking anything except for Tether. Tether deep freeze approximately 33 million Tether dollars related to the hack. So I don't know, it's good and bad at the same time, because if the money was stolen from me, I would like to have the possibility of having it frozen. But that goes against the idea of decentralization, which crypto is all about. They're still investigating how this could happen. There's various theories. So I'm not going to talk about what actually happened because there isn't a definite answer. The thing is that that's the problem with these new DeFi technologies. They're so new, they're prone to having errors in the code. This happens more and more because teams are trying to get out as fast as they can because there's so much competition coming. They want to be first. So maybe they're not being as thorough in checking their code. Because as I said in one of my past videos, there was a string of attacks on different protocols during the summer. In July, cross-chain liquidity protocol Thorchain suffered 2 exploits in 2 weeks. And you know what that did to the price, even though right now Rune has recovered very, very nicely in terms of price. Ravelry Capital, another cross-chain DeFi protocol, it was hit in an attack in May. And there's a video I have where I said, guys, be careful when you're doing farming in DeFi protocols because there was a wave of exploits and attacks. We don't know if they're inside jobs or if they're actually done by hackers, third-party hackers. Something that's very interesting is that the hacker has been communicating with the people, with the team, embedding messages in transactions within the blockchain. And there's some people that have been sending the hacker messages asking for handouts. They're asking the hacker for money. I wouldn't recommend you do that because if the hacker sends you money, then your wallet is going to be associated in some way with the hack. And in the future, if some exchange does blacklist those wallets, they're also going to blacklist the associated wallets that received any type of funds from the hack. So I would not recommend people be asking for handouts from the hacker. On Monday, Congress finally took a vote on the infrastructure bill and crypto was embedded within that bill. But why did they do that? Because they believe that crypto generates so much money that they're going to be able to tax the hell out of it, and they're going to get billions and billions of dollars to fund the infrastructure bill. The bill has some controversial language that requires crypto brokers to report customer information, including transactions, to the IRS. And there's big concern about the ability of certain crypto operators like miners, stakers, and software developers who simply don't have customers to comply with this rule. So this is going to put a lot of pressure on entities that are based in the United States to comply with this bill. This is how it passed, with those issues. But let's look at the bright side. The tax reporting language is one of the clearest indications that Washington is prepared to accept crypto as a permanent part of the financial system. One of the things that skeptics mostly bring up is that the United States government is not going to allow crypto and that they're trying to that they will squash it in the future. By looking at the language with which the bill was written, it tells us that the US government is going to accept crypto as part of the whole economy and financial ecosystem. They're just going to want to get a piece of it via taxes. In any case, the new laws aren't likely to go into effect until 2023 at the earliest. And you know, a month in crypto is like a year in normal times. 2 years is an eternity. A lot can happen in the meantime. What does it mean for us? It means that we still have an opportunity to continue building, gaining, and building our net worth via crypto. The bill differentiates between proof of work and proof of stake mining, and it's not going to tax proof of work mining. but it's going to tax proof of stake mining. What coin is on proof of work? It's Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has the blessing of the SEC, the blessing of the government now in terms of this bill. So Bitcoin is definitely going to benefit from all of this. I wouldn't see a scenario where Bitcoin's price would react negatively to this. In terms of price, the key thing here is that Bitcoin has been able to stay above the 200 daily MA. Let's zoom in and we can see that we've had 3 days closing above the 200 daily moving average, which is also above our area of support and resistance. For Bitcoin, I see two scenarios. The first one is that we might consolidate for a few more days above this MA. So remember, we're going to try to maintain $45,000 and then we can try to push up over here where we will probably have a rejection to retest this level, and then we're going to continue on our way up. And the second path is we lose $45,000 and we come down and retest this area where we use it as a trampoline for our next ride up. What we don't want is to see Bitcoin lose this $38,900 level. I wouldn't want to see Bitcoin do that, because then it means that we're probably going to come all the way down to retest these levels. Ethereum is also looking a little overextended. It did something bullish though. We were fighting this level of resistance that goes from $3,152 up to $3,200. We've been pushing up above that. We kept being rejected, and yesterday we finally were able to push through, and right now our price is above this area of resistance, so it might be turning into support. But we got to be careful because a possible bearish divergence is starting to form. In terms of the alts, you can see that the alts were facing this 100 daily moving average. They broke through, retested, and now they're starting to continue moving on their way up. And they're facing this level of resistance right now. Once we are able to break that, we will probably continue moving in an upwards direction. But the RSI is a little overextended right now. So we have two scenarios here. So the first path sees us pushing through, retesting, and then continuing on our path up to retest the higher boundaries of the last all-time high. And the second one has us being rejected, coming down to test these MAs down here, pushing up, trying again, and then finally being able to push through. Those are the two pathways for the alt. Solana now up 30% from the call, Cake up 24%, Bake up an impressive 40%, URT 42% up, Gale up 36%, Wu up 28%, Phantom continues to explode for 41%, Alpha a whopping 43%, Uni 46%, Sushi 53%, and as I told you, once we got above this $950 area, Sushi was going to explode because that meant that we broken through a serious sell wall that was being placed on the exchanges. SRM up 26%, FTX up 53%, Radium reached 69%. Right now it's at 40%, but it still looks positive, so it's basically going to retest this level, so it's going to go for a 59% again. Doge up 42%, Link up 21%, ADA up 40%, and you can see that it exploded once it got past this area of resistance. NEO is up 15%. As you can see, NEO is battling this area of resistance. It still has to push through to resistance levels. Once it gets above $52, then it's probably just going to continue moving upward. Badger has delivered a whopping 144%. And one thing that people have to remember is the price in crypto doesn't move in straight lines. It doesn't move in a straight line up, and it doesn't move in a straight line down. It zigzags. It goes up and down. And this is what happens in crypto. Ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. While there's an uptrend in general. So the daily looks more like it's always up, but when we open it up, we can see that it's up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, uptrend. And the same thing happens when you're in a downtrend. Look at this one. This is the weekly. This is definitely a downtrend. Okay, we make a line and it's trending down. But what happens when we look like at the daily? We see ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. It's not a straight line. So don't freak out when Bitcoin, Ethereum, or something else corrects. what we have to do is look at the big picture. Are we still in an uptrend or are we entering a downtrend? And that's when we make our decisions to jump into the market or get out of the market. Let's do a quick scan of some other coins. BV Finance is about to cross the $200 MA. This, if it does that, is going to move very, very fast upwards. Maki Swap, this one is a very high risk play. Maki Swap currently is valued at approximately $800,000. So if they can get their act together and they can get people to use the exchange, this can easily 10 or 20 or 30x. So this is a low risk play in which a small amount of cash could net you interesting gain. But if it goes down to zero, you're going to be able to afford to lose that. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision is basically at the bottom. It's still trending up. It's going to have to fight. It's going to fight against this MA. But if it can flip this level, retest it, it's probably gonna be good to go. DNS at the bottom, it's starting to curl up. RSI is starting to curl up. This could be a nice entry if you are into CNS. Bancor has been steadily growing, similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can see this pattern where we consolidate for a few days and then it starts to push up. I saw this in Ethereum and Bitcoin. Bitcoin could be doing this. So let's cross our fingers. And if Bitcoin can do that, it's going to move the whole market up. So once Bancor gets above the $200 MA, it's just going to push through very quickly if Bitcoin allows. Alchemist, similar situation. Pickle Finance, similar situation. Harvest Finance, what a beast, especially yesterday where it got listed in Coinbase. I wouldn't get into this one. This is too late. So that's a ship that sailed. Okay, BeFi Finance is coming up and trying to push across the 100 daily MA. Once it does that, it's going to move very quick. And you're going to see what happens when other coins have done that in the past. Maki Swap is a decentralized exchange on the Heko ecosystem. It's worth about $100,000 market cap. If they're able to increase the usage of their exchange, this could probably do a 10 or 20x. But it's a very risky play because if they're not able to get users on the exchange, this is going to dump to zero. Bitcoin SV is fighting against this level of resistance right now, which served as support for a very, very long time. So if it does break it, it's going to probably come up, retest it. Once it retests it, that would be a great entry into Bitcoin SV. Bancor is starting to push up against the 100 daily MA. You can see that Bancor is moving in a similar fashion as Ethereum and Bitcoin did. And we can use this as a way to have an insight into the future. And we can see how it built a level over here and then it started pushing up, build a level over here, started pushing up. And it's coming up against the 100 daily MA. In other coins, we're going to see that after the coins are able to push up above the 100 daily MA, they just explode. Alchemist coin, right in the middle of the MAs. Pickle Finance, doing the same thing. Harvest Finance, this one's too late. It just exploded after the Coinbase listing. There probably was some insider knowledge because this thing was just huge. The volume was huge. So somebody knew beforehand that Coinbase was going to be listed. XRP, it got to the 100 MA and then it's just pushing through. The RSI is a little bit overextended, so we'll probably get a correction very soon. And that would be a nice entry point into an X long into our XRP, as long as Bitcoin is also trending upward. Harmony, same thing, 100 daily MA, we push through, retest it, and we're starting to go up. Next target price point is approximately 11.8 cents. Stellar is also coming up against the 100 daily MA. The RSI is a little bit overextended. I don't think we're going to get too much buy pressure. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for XLM to push past through this level. XDAI is almost there, getting up to the 100 daily MA. I would expect it to push through and go up to $16 very, very quickly, which is the next level of support and resistance. Terra, just killing it. This one's too late. This is one that it's too late to get in my opinion. I would have to wait for a very important correction on the RSI in order for me to consider getting into Terra again. Even though this one can run up to $32, I think that there are very better options. If you aren't in Terra, there are better options for you to look at. Terra is also called Luna. EWT, we're being rejected at the 100 daily MA. Once we push past that, we're probably going to visit $11, the $11 area, which is a gain of 40%. There's a little bit of volume peeking through. AVX, Avalanche, same thing, pushing up against this. Once it gets through, it's just going to pop up to $23 very quickly. That's a gain of 32%. ICP, the internet computer, is trying to hold above this $66 level. If it can hold above the $64, $65 level for a few days, it's probably going to continue on its path upward. And that would mean a gain of $45 because the next price target would be $100, $101. Shiba Inu is starting to finally move up as well. It created a big level of support here at 0.0000061800. Lots of zeros. But the upside for Shiba Inu, if it manages to go above this MA, is 25%, 86%, and finally a 362% before it goes into price discovery. Kusama speeding up. It's gonna battle the 200 and the 100 daily MA. Once it pushes through, next price targets are 44%. Remember, guys, the entry point is not coming in here because right now, if you enter in this place, we could have a correction and you would be losing. The best entry place would be around this area. Why? Either when we push through and we retest it on the retest, okay? Or right before the push through, you go in and you put a stop loss very close to your entry point. Library, I'm not gonna talk about that one. Digitex, this one is one of those projects that I think by the way the leader handles it and manages it, he's gonna give us a surprise. And we have an opportunity for a 1000x or a 10x in Digitex from the bottom. Right now, if you take it from this position, it's 356%. I told a few people on my insight circle about this one a little bit earlier. So they're either going to get a 500 or almost 800%. But if Digitex somehow manages to be able to get to its previous all-time high, 39% and 3,000%, and 5,000. So low risk, high reward. Mina basically staircasing up, building on the levels very nicely. I would expect Mina to consolidate in this level before moving on the next leg up, which would take it to approximately 36% for a 36% gain. HTR got above the 100 daily moving in 8. You can see it's consolidating, testing it, retesting it. It's also using this level of now resistance turned into support. And after a few days, if Bitcoin continues on its uptrend, we're going to get an upside of 29%, 70%, and a little bit more in the future. Tron is just pushing through the 100 daily MA and the 200 daily MA. So look, this is what I mean, guys. When a coin is strong, when the fundamentals are there, when we get to this key resistance areas like the 100 and the 200, especially when they converge, the effect is impressive. So you could have entered Tron here and you could have set a stop loss right here in case it didn't work out, if in case it was rejected. But you can see that this pushed through. Now, when would be the next entry for Tron? If we get a retest of this level, then that's when you would enter for a long. And you can use this for some of the other coins that I already showed you. Just look at where the MAs are. Polkadot, look at Polkadot, same story. Facing the 100 daily MA, it's trying to push through hard. So DOT, the best entry would have been yesterday, and set a stop loss right here. If we go to the 4 hours and we take a little bit of a closer look, yeah, I would have to wait for a retest on DOT in order to get back in there. Aave pushed through, retested, and it's continuing on its way up. So you can see that this is like a guide for other coins. You can see how the coins that are, how the stronger coins have been performing, and the other ones will follow a similar path. Not exactly same path, but a similar path. Look at Chainlink. Chainlink up against the 100 daily MA, poof, just pushing through, punching back. So we're probably going to get a retest of these levels before it continues on its way up. So that's when I would get into Chainlink if I didn't have a position, or if you don't have a position. That's the ideal area to get in, okay? Wait for the retest. RSR, retested, and it's starting to break up. District X, 100 daily MA, rejected, but it was trying and consolidating just below, and now it's pushing through. Next stop for a 24% gain, 21 cents, and then for a 50% gain, 26 cents. Electronium, this is an oldie but goodie. And we can see how Electronium has been building levels. Lots of levels on Electronium. You can see how we were consolidating this right above this level of support. We pushed through. We came to this area. We were rejected. We pushed through. We were rejected here at 0.0173. And we came down and tested this one at 0.0144. Up again, rejected. Down again, supported. And we're just bouncing inside this area. I don't know how many days it's going to take, but if Bitcoin is moving up, then Electronium will also move up with it. So you can set a stop loss down here, because we know that if we lose this level, we're probably going to retest this one, so you can get a better entry. So set a stop loss down here, and upside for Electronium are 19%, 48%, 61%, 88%, 119, and 149. But remember, this is an old coin. So if Electronium were to go back to its previous all-time high, which many coins that were in the 2013, 2015 cycles, they all did that. They went back to their all-time high, and then they went even higher. If some of these tokens like Electronium behaved like those did in the past, this means that Electronium could deliver 14x from this point just to its previous all-time high. Orchid is just going through its MA. It's building up speed, and it will probably go up to test the 0.47 next level of resistance, 17% gain from here, and then 34% up to the next level of resistance. Hedera hash graph just starting to push through. This is a nice play. This is a nice coin. I think that the people behind the project are very strong. They have lots of resources. So this is a 40% upside and up to 74 in the next few areas of resistance. Reef pushing up above the 100 daily MA as well. You know the story. Ren doing the same thing. But remember, these will probably push through and come back and retest. Get in on the retest. Do not get in before the retest. Or if you do, if you're a little bit of a risk taker, do it, but set a stop loss. Curve Dow is starting to push through, and the RSI still has a little bit of more room to spare. Wink killing it, and you can see 100 daily MA, strong push through it with volume. Near Protocol right there against the 100 daily MA, so we can expect the push up for 30% gains. Synthetics, same thing here. Push up to here at 18%. This is going to be a resistance area, and then up to the MA at 35%. There's still room in the RSI. BitTorrent, look at this. This one went up, consolidated above the 100 daily MA, and now it's starting to move. So remember that, okay? For your next trades. Look at the 100 daily MA. Look at this one, render token. Push through, it's retesting, and it's retesting this level of resistance first. So you would have to have orders in this area, okay? But what you can see here is that you get an opportunity to get in on the move. You don't have to FOMO in at the top. Bitcoin Cash getting close to the 200 and the 100. This is going to be a very explosive move when it goes through. Cosmos starting to push through as well. Are you starting to see a pattern? Bakery token, Litecoin, Scale, the ones that we've been tracking, they already moved up very nicely, and now they're going to go into their explosive phase. GRT, look at this, just pushing through. Okay, guys, this is a little bit of a long episode, but I hope you enjoy it and are able to profit. Just remember, be careful, don't be too greedy, set stop losses, take profits, and have fun. Enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments down below. Have a great day. If you want to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other crypto with a credit card or debit card, you can use CEX. I also recommend using Xcoins. These are two of my favorite places to buy crypto. They are super easy to use, secure, and accessible from most parts of the world.